Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody doing tonight? Or today, whichever. Now, this one's true to my heart. This is when I made a lot of views, or I got a lot of views on this one when I did do these. This is about Man Bat, guys. Now, some researchers feel that Man Bat is actually within the same family as Mothman, as are both described as somewhat similar in appearance, but both were encountered in rural areas and both disappeared after tragically water involving water happened with their respective areas. Now you may be able to ask yourself what sort of aquatic tragedy occurred in Wisconsin. This was in Wisconsin. Most of them are seen in Chicago. A lot of them are seen in Chicago. Well, to that we say, let us tell you that far-fetched as the theory sounds, it's worth pointing out that the large number of drownings have occurred within rivers around LA Cross, where the creatures have been seen. Unfortunately, this is even reported to happen not long after the sighting of Man Bat. It is definitive proof that there is a link between the two evil events. Not all, but does it add to the story and provide new avenues? Probably, possibly. But guys, from the description, it has bat-like wings. It has claws, long claws extended out from the body. It has huge feet, like long claws on them instead of toes. Of course, it's like a bat. It is a bat. And it has gray and brown color, 6 to 7 foot tall, possessed large leather like bat wings, of course, and were thought to be about 10 to 12 foot wide. Yeah, these are huge, guys. I'm gonna get on to this. Not Wisconsin, but I'm gonna talk about the ones in Chicago, because that's where we went, Chicago. Now, yeah, reports all over the in Wisconsin. That's a new one on me. But yeah, this one was happened because we were going to Chicago on a Man Bat sighting case. And now, my theory was at the time that they were gargoyles, because gargoyles are described a certain way. There's been sightings of the gargoyle or Man Bat in the Philippines, places like that, all over like that. France. There's been sightings of Man Bat, but they're also called gargoyles. No, we're going after a gargoyle. Not really. No, we're going after Man Bat. Not the Batman Man Bat. Although they look similar. So, as we set off to Chicago, we leave the Chicago airport and we get a cab. Now, this thing's been seen near the docks a lot. So, we were going to go get as close as the docks we could. So, we wound up renting a hotel close to the docks. Not too far from the docks. It's a short cab ride or whatever you want to call it. So, we set up cameras near the docks, where it's been seen the most. There's certain areas that have been triangulated. I've looked at maps where they've been mostly seen. And a lot of them report them being seen around the water. Now, bats don't fly too far from their nest or their cave. And there were some caves near where these Man Bat has been seen. But they've never been seen leaving, coming, or going. That's what I wanted to get on tape. Man Bat leaving and coming and going from a cave. So we set up cameras in around certain areas around the biggest migration of man bat, the biggest area of where he was seen, which of course was the docks. Now, why the docks? Well, I mean, they could possibly get food. There's fish in the harbor and stuff like that. There's fishermen coming in and out and stuff like that. There's possible areas for food. Now, what I didn't expect to get on camera, but what I did was we got attacked by a man bat. I did. I was setting up the bait, and one of them flew in from my right, picked me up, and flew off with me. Now, I didn't want to be this thing's food. And Jim couldn't fire off a gun in the middle in Chicago or near Chicago like that, Chicago docks, without getting arrested or shot himself. So I pulled out what I could, and I pulled out I had a pocket knife, so I stabbed the man bat in the foot. He dropped me about a good 20 feet into a trash can. A bunch of trash cans. I got up, and the bat, he turned around and started, I did attack him. He turned around and started swooping at me again. But he was diving head first. And there were people around, and they were running like crazy as well, screaming. He was confused. Bats work on echolocation. These people were screaming. So of course he's gonna dive for whatever it can dive for. I had to prevent it from getting a woman, and her kid. So I screamed as loud as I could. It turned around and swooped down at swooped up, then swooped down at me. I turned around and I punched it dead in the face just as it swooped at me. It lost its equilibrium and crashed into the street. Now, was it dead? No, it wasn't dead. I wasn't about to kill this thing in the middle of Chicago. It would not have been good. Nor would have been a good idea. Nor would have been fun. So I got the police to round it up somehow. Some wire, some rope, or whatever. And they called the FBI. The FBI got involved. We left Chicago as quickly as we came. We did not want to be involved with the FBI and a creature that's never been seen before, but we got what we wanted. We sent the video evidence to our client. He was happy with it. He is a proud owner of films and of Man Bat leaving a cave. And he is a proud owner, from what I heard, of Man Bat. The only one captured. With that said, guys, good luck, good night, and Merry Christmas to you all. To you all, a good night.